Oh, the second one? I was just watching Spider-Man today.
Widow. Wait, no, Wanda.
Wanda. Oh. Hey, y'all. Hey, Facebook. Hey, YouTube. I'm talking about Marvel. Y'all know I get crazy about Marvel, and I just start going on and on and on. I've been watching Spider-Man all day. I'm trying to get into Tom Holland, y'all. I'm trying to see what y'all see in him. I promise. I'm trying. Anyway, give me a second. I'm doing some hard gel for you guys tonight. And I know it's late, but y'all love me. And this is like the late audience, the late night audience. And I tell you guys all the time that if it's just me and you, it's just me and you up in here tonight. And it's just going to be me and you doing nails. But I'm going to share it anyway, so if y'all could share it with me. Okay, so I'm sharing the live. I got my elevator music, royalty free, playing in the background. I'm about to do some hard gel for you guys. And I'm about to do something so cute and so non-problematic. Watch, it's gonna be, look, y'all gonna be like, what the heck did she do here? Okay, anyway, so I got my gel lamp out. I got some towels, a couple of gel brushes or whatever. I'm gonna sculpt this set. And I'm gonna be using some forms, but I'm gonna take this extendo piece off. Okay, I need to work right here. Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna move this right here. So I got this weird tripod looking thing up today. And I've used it before, but I'm spoiled. But anyway, I'm using these forms and I'm about to get started for you guys. Doing a hard gel set. Don't mind me, y'all. This is my bit set. Y'all know where I got this from. You guys know where all of the products can be found. The website is tagged. I'm using a portable e-file tonight. Hey y'all, check in. Let me know where you're watching from. What time is it? What you doing? I see South Carolina's in the building. Hey Adrian. All right, so starting off with cuticle removal. I'm gonna be as much in camera view as I can, y'all. I'm gonna lie for you guys because I love you guys. I should have recorded it. I broke a nail and I definitely should take the entire set off, and that's what I intended to do, but I kind of got a little busy today. Well, I got busy yesterday when I was supposed to do it, and I got busy today too when I was supposed to do it, but here we are into the evening of the second day, and my nails are still on, 9 of them, and that's tacky. So I'm gonna take them off for sure tonight. So this is the cuticle bit, y'all, and this just, look how perfect her nail beds are, y'all. But anyway, okay, so I'm gonna go in with this cuticle bit, and this is gonna remove any dead skin from her cuticle area. Hey YouTube. All these tips that I have on my nails are just natural tips, and they are found in the nail tip box on ctones.com. All right, y'all, so when I do hard gel, I do one hand at a time, one nail at a time, just because it just makes my life easier to do that. And I'm gonna show you guys why. So now I got that dead skin up. I'm gonna go in with a fine sanding band. Hey Adrian, welcome. Ooh, Belize is checking in. Oh wow, I didn't know Belize is that far off from us. Well, it's not that far. It's midnight in Belize and it's only 10 p.m. out here. That's cool. I'm only saying that because like in places like Europe and Asia, it's like the next day right now. Or it's like daytime. But anyway, I'm going in with this fine sanding band just to prep the natural nail. And you guys want to see my process and how it's a lot like my what's that thing called? It's like my soak off process. And my soak off process, my motto is just keep moving. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't stop, no breaks. Don't wait for a nail to finish. Keep on moving on to the next one. And these are new mom nails, y'all. So they're not going to be super long. They're going to be active length. So she's still going to be able to do stuff with them, but they still going to be fly. Definitely not going to be able to call these nails basic. I dare you. Alright, so that's the natural nail prep, y'all. I really don't have to do much. Her nails are extremely healthy. So I'm going to take my towel and get that dust off. Now you can use a dust brush. I use the towel because it's just quicker. Look, my secret weapon to making nails stay on forever. Don't kid it. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Don't sue me for saying this makes nails stay on forever, because it don't. And I don't need all that extra stuff from y'all. I be seeing people get sued left and right. Y'all saw that blogger? So y'all know I watch Jason Lee, right? I'm like a super fan, right? Jason Lee was talking about that blogger that got sued. I'm not saying her name, right? Because we all know who I'm talking about. And when Jason Lee talks about this blogger, because, I mean, occasionally she comes up in conversation, right? Before she even got sued. He puts up this picture of this dinosaur, y'all. I be in tears. It's the most hilarious. If y'all watch Hollywood Unlocked, if y'all don't watch it, go watch it. Go watch Hollywood Unlocked or go watch Gagging with Jason Lee. That's the funny one. That's the hilarious one. Go watch it, y'all. And watch the one about the blogger that got sued. And you gonna see the little picture I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull this thing out. This stopper, I hate it. It like makes life go slow. Okay, anyway. So yeah, so I'm not lying about my product or anything that's going on in the world. So I'm going in with this. This is for retention. Not only is it for retention, but it's also safe for sensitive skin and nails because it's a non-acidic primer. A little goes a long way, and I'm just using you guys have seen me use like 3, 4, 5 different brushes to apply this because it literally does not matter what brush you use as long as it's clean. Alright, little goes a long way. Retention, it's nice and shiny. I always tell people, like, you don't have to dehydrate nails, but I really don't know your process, so you might have to dehydrate nails, but you guys don't see me do it because my process doesn't call for it. But you can, and there's nothing wrong with it, but depending on your process, it may not be needed. Now, if you're going back and forth in oils and lotions and your acetone and alcohol is infused with lavender oil and tea tree oil, well then you may need a dehydrator. But if you're just filing and using raw products such as acetone and alcohol 100% or 90%, as close as pure as you can get it, then you don't need the dehydrant. Oh, you know what, you guys? I'm actually, before I get started on the forms, I want to show you guys how I'm going to do this thumb, because I know people are always asking about shorter nails and how you sculpt a shorter nail, and I totally understand the question. Now, her nail is not that short, y'all. It's not that short. I can still get a form under it like this, but I'm going to show y'all how I do it. I'm going to use this brush on builder gel. Normally I would use a base, but this is what I got, so this is what I'm using. Let me get this. So a little goes a long way, and remember, gel sticks to gel. So if you're just trying to get the hang of the process, remember that as a base coat, you can just use hard gel or builder gel or poly gel, just some type of gel, because hard gel sticks to gel, gel sticks to gel, just like acrylic sticks to acrylic. Very thin coat, not that deep. Okay, go ahead and put your hand all the way in there. Flash curing is key, you guys. So while that hand is in there, I'm going to prep the next hand. It doesn't need to cure completely. I'm just talking all that mess about flash curing. You really don't have to do that right now in these beginning stages. And what I love about hard gels, you can't smell anything. There's a newborn in here and we're not choking on fumes. All right, going back in with this cuticle bit, and this is just going to remove any dead skin from the cuticle area, because dead skin causes lifting and it can't stay there. I see you guys checking in. Thank you. Hey, Alicia. Thank you for checking in, Natasha. Natasha's watching from Vegas. Medium sanding band. The prep is the exact same as acrylic application. Literally nothing different. The same exact thing, same process. The only difference is I use a base coat with hard gel, which you actually don't have to do. I just do it because that's how I learned how to do it. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because it works for me. So I continue to use that method. And this is just etching the natural nail plate. And if you're familiar with like pottery or like ceramics, like actually making it, then you're familiar with the term scoring. So you have to kind of score something and create a little bit of texture so that it could stick to something else or another piece of clay. And this is that of nails. Etching is scoring. So I'm just creating a little bit of texture on the natural nail. And this also contributes to removing that oil and dead skin and blending before it's time to do any application. So again, I'm going to make sure that I get all of this dust off of her nails before I do any dehydrator or primer or anything like that. I'm going to make sure that you dust. So again, I'm going in with my secret weapon, retention. It doesn't make nails stay on forever, but for a long time, I could guarantee that. I could say that. Little goes a long way, and this is just a regular gel brush. I might use this brush to do the hard. No, I'm not going to use this brush to do the hard gel. Little goes a long way. non-acidic primer, so it's safe for sensitive skin and nails. We all have that client that starts hopping up and down. This is for her. Oh, how awesome. Thank you so much for checking in. Annie from Australia. So cool. It's happy hour over there. All right, so again, I'm going to start with the thumb, and I'm going to start with this brush on hard gel. And this is what I'm using as a base coat. And I'm only using a little bit. It doesn't need to be a thick coat. Just something for your hard gel to stick to. And thumbs are tricky, so do your thumbs first. Go ahead, switch. Oh, guys, I got goodie bags up on the website. I ain't gonna sell y'all nothing, but I got goodie bags up on the website, y'all. And the box of the month is up. In addition to the nail art box of the month. February's up. January is still up. We still always sell the previous month. And I know it's a mystery box, but I'm telling you guys now that even though it's February and the theme is Valentine's Day, it's like, I'm not gonna say it's too late to order your Valentine's Day stuff, because it totally isn't, but it's late to order your Valentine's Day stuff. So we're not going to be putting hearts and red and pink and stuff in your mystery box of the month, because by the time y'all get them, y'all going to be doing, or y'all going to be getting ready for St. Patrick's Day. So yeah, don't worry. I'm a nail tech, so I already know. I got you. I'm not going to get rid of all of my Valentine's Day inventory on you guys. I see other companies do that, so I'm just laughing and joking at them. So this is that first nail that I did. And I'm just going to slide a form on under it. And normally I start like building with a base coat, but I don't feel like it. I'm going to go straight in with the hard gel because I'm a thug. And I really can just get this done. Like I said, thumbnails are tricky and they're annoying. Look, she got some really nice nail beds, so I'm not having a hard time with her thumbs. But if this was anybody else, I'd be having a hard time. So she's not the easiest person to be teaching you guys on, because like every client that you have is not going to have nice, smooth, perfect nail beds that are easy to sculpt on. I mean, everybody ain't me. I'm kidding, y'all. Just kidding. Entertaining you guys on this late night. And I'm so glad my little brother, I got a baby brother, y'all. I told you guys. I'm glad he's hearing my voice while he's sleeping, because, you know, that way he's going to be obsessed with me and not his other 56 siblings. Just saying. So I'm using this regular brush, y'all, that is a little cheapo brush. You guys know where to get these. They'd be like $3 for a pack of 5. But this is my hard gel. It's C-Tones Ultra Sculpt Hard Gel. It's my formula because I'm amazing. And I think you should try it. Like, that's all that I have to say about it. I'm about to sculpt this nail. I do it one at a time. And you can flash cure. Don't rush. Can you guys see me playing with this over here? Okay. So I'm gonna pick up a bead that's like way too big for no reason, but I'm about to just, why not? So I like to swirl the product off of my brush. And if you can see, my brush is not touching the nail at all. It's directing the top of the bead. So if I want to get into the cuticle area, I'm going to just push closer and kind of wind it towards that side. Oh, it's too far on this side, so I'm gonna kind of pull it down. Don't want to flood the cuticle area or the side walls. I'm gonna bring it down the form. And we're doing active length, but you guys know I like to create them a little bit longer than how the client wants them to be, just to leave me room for filing, because I don't want to go back and add more. All right, this is just the first coat, fret not. And it did take me a long time to master this. All right, y'all. Okay, go ahead and cure that. If at any point it gets too hot, pull your hand out, wait for it to cool down, and put it back in. It's called a heat spike. I'm about to explain a heat spike to y'all because I know y'all don't know what I'm talking about. She just had it, y'all. Now she know what I'm talking about. It's called a heat spike. So let me explain a little bit of science to you guys. So this is gel. It's not powder. It's not liquid. It's just gel. Look, y'all. It's so cool. I got glitter in it. But look, this is gel. Don't let nobody tell you that they put in gel on you and they put in powder and liquid on you when this is gel. If it don't look like this, it's not gel. Okay, anyway. So once this gel hits the UV light, or the UV light hits this gel on the nail, it makes the gel particles vibrate extremely fast so that they can cure and harden and become this non-porous glass-like substance on the nail, right? And when something's vibrating really fast, what does it do? It causes friction, causes heat. It's just like doing this. You do this hard enough, you're gonna get a lot of heat. Now imagine going so fast you can't even see, right? It's gonna be super duper hot. It's the same thing is going on your nail underneath that UV light. So some of us, when we're not used to that heat, or our nails may be brittle or thin from our last set, or just from years of maintenance or wear and tear on your nails, then your nails may not be thick enough to handle that heat. So once that heat happens on your nail, it's like, ooh, ouch, ooh, and it burns. A lot of people don't know that this same heat spike happens with acrylic, but acrylic kind of holds it and disperses the heat a little bit differently, so you don't feel it as much, but it gets just as hot, and it does happen. But there goes a little science lesson on hard gel. So I hope that you guys explain that to your clients when they have a heat spike, because some clients, I have had clients scream, y'all, and I myself have had moments where it was like, ooh, I want to scream. But yeah, sometimes we get used to it. For me personally, I have a heat spike on like 2 nails where it's almost unbearable. But the rest of my nails, I don't feel anything. I have some clients that have a heat spike no matter what. I have some clients who never feel a heat spike at all. So work in thinner layers, which is I'm going to be pulling most of this product that I just laid on her nail. I'm going to cover that cuticle area and those side walls nice and good. And then I'm going to pull the bulk of that product back on down to the free edge where she won't be able to feel it. A lot of times it's just that bottom layer, that first layer of hard gel that's hot. And then after that, it's not a problem. But some clients feel the heat spike through the entire nail, through the entire process. So you never really know. And I promise you, every single client is different. Like, no 2 clients are the same. So it's just about trial and error and just learning how to work your product in different ways to accommodate different clients' needs. I know this is a lot of information, y'all. Hard gel is a lot. We learned it in nail school. A lot of us learned in nail school. I did, but I didn't touch it until like literally 5 years after getting my license. I know that's crazy because it's just so intimidating and it's not fun when you don't really know something. You're trying to get good at it and you don't really have a good instructor. It's really, really difficult and annoying. But there you go. That's built up. Second layer's on. Go ahead and put it back in. So I'm gonna go back over to your other hand. And go back over to her other nail, her other thumb, y'all. Hey Cassie, thanks for sharing with us. Cassie saying that she hated Builder Gel when she first tried it, and she swore she would never use it, and now she absolutely loves it. And that is literally, Cassie, my same exact story. Learned it in school. Well, I was introduced to it in school. Hated it, absolutely freaking hated it. Never thought that I would be good at it, and I was like, this is just something that I'm never going to do. And then once I got to Beverly Hills, and I was kind of viewed as a more valuable nail artist because I knew how to do hard gel, or I had some knowledge of doing hard gel that the other girls didn't. And it cost a lot more, and there were clients who wanted it, but not a lot of techs who offered it. So thankfully, I just kind of honed up on those skills, took a couple of classes to kind of get other people's learn other people's techniques, because I'm not a video person. I actually have to take a class. I learned other people's techniques, and then I came back to Beverly Hills with a vengeance, y'all. And my favorite hard gel, before I had my own, you guys, was IBD's hard gel. That was my absolute favorite hard gel the entire time that I used it. And then obviously I became a nail supply owner, and I now have my own hard gel, my own formula, my own design that I made for technicians who work like me. But if I didn't, I'd be using IBD's hard gel. I haven't found another hard gel that to me like is better than IBD's. I mean, other than mine, of course, but that's not slander or nothing. I'm just saying. IBD is a lot more, the viscosity is a lot thinner. Whereas my Builder Gel's a lot thicker, and I feel like it's easier to sculpt and mold, especially if you do long nails. It's going to take such a long time to build up a long nail with hard gel that's a little bit thin. I know you guys see a gap in my form, and I promise you guys that's okay because I got this. You guys have seen this before. Or you guys seen me do this before. Or you guys have seen a gap in the nail, or in the between the nail and the form when I do acrylic, and it's not a problem, you guys. If there's a shelf underneath there, you can get it with the e-file. But if you just layer product over the gap and just kind of make it like a bridge, kind of a hump over it, it won't seep underneath, and you won't have any problems out of it. Okay, go ahead and switch. All right, so far this thumb is done. If I need to go back and like add the apex or anything like that, I will, but this is what it looks like so far. You see the apex, nice curve. This is not going to be a long set, so there's no need for a super high apex or anything like that. And then this is 2 coats of hard gel on top of a base coat of brush on Builder Gel, and then I'm going to do all the filing and all that good stuff. But look, y'all, it's nice and built. It's still sticky. Obviously, it has that inhibition layer on it, but it's all good. So that hand is, well, that thumb is done. So I'm going to go on to the next nails, which are going to be so much easier, y'all, because she has a lot more free edge on these nails. So they're going to be a lot quicker and easier to build. Like I said, the thumbs kind of give you a little bit of a problem because they're thumbs and they're sideways, and what do we have them for? Well, we use them for everything. But anyways, those big clunky things, just get them out the way, y'all. Do the thumbs first. I always say I don't care about my thumbs, but deep down, we care about our thumbs. Otherwise, we wouldn't do them at all. But just do it first and get it out the way. All right, going in with this form. Look how perfect that form sits underneath her natural nail, y'all. Now for these nails, I'm not going to do a base coat of the builder gel. You can, you don't have to. I'm gonna use that much hard gel, almost none at all. And these nails are already primed. And I'm just gonna brush that on. That's gonna be the base coat. Remember, gel sticks to gel, so I'm just giving it a nice, cute little base coat. All right, go ahead and switch. Gonna let that flash cure. Move my gel over here so you guys can see it. All right, you guys see my bead? Start up there. Gonna make sure that cuticle area is covered and encapsulated. And hard gel is pretty thin, so it's gonna be very, very easy for me to blend the cuticle area as well. So it's not necessary for me to get a bunch of product there. Just enough to cover it. And then I'm gonna pull the rest down. And I do this smile line motion because that keeps most of the product in the middle to maintain that hump and that curve for the apex. It's not that deep of a hump, but it's nice and stable. I'm gonna add a little bit more on the side. Actually, I don't have to, but we're already there, y'all. Just kind of blend it into the rest of the product. And then this is self-leveling builder gel. So once you lay it down, if you just leave it alone, it will definitely just ease right on to where it's supposed to be. Go ahead and switch. So the viscosity is different, meaning the thickness is different. It's not very watery, so it's easy for me to move it around and also have a little bit more time to play with it and sculpt it. Just gonna swirl that bead off of my brush, get into that cuticle area. And I'm putting down like almost no pressure, and that's where that swirling motion comes in. Because the more pressure that you put down, you kind of lose a little bit of control of the gel. So you don't really want to put a lot of pressure down. You see, there's not a lot of pressure. It's really just a little kind of cheese-like string connected to the actual bead and my brush. And I'm just using that string to guide the rest of the nail. And then I go back up the side walls a little bit just to make sure that there's product right there. You always want to make sure that there's enough where it's supposed to be. It's better for there to be too much than not enough. Alrighty, go ahead and switch. We're gonna go in with the next form. Snatch this off. And then remember, you can flash cure. The reason why you can flash cure is because it's clear like glass, right? So each layer is getting cured every single time it hits the light. So you don't have to cure it completely every single time that you do a layer. So I'm going back to her index finger on her other hand. just a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna set that form underneath. I pinch the form like so, just a little bit to kind of put a curve into it. Perfect placement, not because my placement is perfect, but because her nail beds are. It's not me, I promise y'all. This is really easy. All right, so again, let's go in with a base coat. This is some hard gel left over from the last layer. Oh, somebody shot the DJ. All right, y'all, we turn the music back on. Aren't you guys happy that happened? Because normally I'll be sitting here for like 3 songs straight in silence before I realize that the music is off. Very thin base coat, y'all, non-existent. Go ahead and switch. Okay, so before I go on to that second coat, because I actually don't have to go on to that second coat immediately because that foundation, as you can see, is set now. It's not strong. I still got another layer to do the apex and all that good stuff, but it's set, so I can go ahead and take that form off. Place a form on the next nail and then get that first layer out of the way. So these are extendo tips, and that's why you guys see me ripping off this part right here. It's not needed. Some people put the that little middle piece in the middle. Well, I decided not to do it one day and it worked perfectly fine. And I was just like, why am I doing that? And I get why we were doing it, or why I was doing it. I was taught to do it because of the stability. But honestly, I like a more flexible form. Everybody's fingers are different, right? So I like a flexible form so that it's not, it can kind of move and curve to however the client's nail needs it to curve, not how I need it to curve. So I don't know, y'all. Try next time you sculpt nails, try it without putting that little piece on the back and then see how it goes. It might go better for you. It might go better for you. I don't know. Just try it out. I tried it one time and I went back. I haven't went back. I feel like that extra piece is an extra step. Very small bead. And remember, we're just doing this base coat layer because hard gel sticks to hard gel. And this is just going to make sure that your cuticle area also is completely covered without putting all that product in it. And this is the same hard gel that I'm using to sculpt the nail. Go ahead, switch. Okay, so this builder gel in a bottle that I'm using is by Cuccio, and this one cannot be soaked off. If a company is advertising that it's builder gel or sculpting gel or hard gel, then it should not be able to be soaked off, because that's one of the characteristics of hard gel, is that it can't be soaked off. It's non-porous. So if you're using a gel that can be soaked off, like a colored gel, like a gel polish, there are a lot of polygels or acrogels that can be soaked off. But for the most part, if it's a hard gel or a builder gel, sculptor gel, it should not be able to be soaked off. The reason being is because it's non-porous, meaning that it, like, think of porous like a sponge, like SpongeBob, and he has all those holes in him. And then think of, go ahead and switch. So acrylic is porous. When it dries, if you put it underneath a microscope, it has a bunch of tiny bubbles and holes and crevices and all this stuff in it, right? Whereas when you look at hard gel underneath a microscope, it doesn't have that stuff in it because it solidifies like glass. It's non-porous. So there's a difference between a plastic cup and a glass cup. You can clean a glass cup after so many years or whatever, or however long you're supposed to keep a plastic cup for. After so long, you cannot you can't properly clean your plastic the way you could keep glass forever, as long as you don't break it, right? So it's kind of the same thing. Acetone can penetrate acrygels and acrylic and soft gels because they're porous like a sponge. They have little crevices where you can break them and crack them and get some acrylic and get some acetone in there, and it'll dissolve it from the inside out or the outside in. But because hard gel does not have all of those bubbles and holes in its structure after it's cured, it can't be penetrated by things like bleach, hard gel, alcohol, peroxide. And that's also one of the reasons why it costs more. One, it takes a different skill level, which I don't think it takes a different skill. Like, you don't have to be a certain type of nail tech to do hard gel. You literally just gotta sit there and learn it. You gotta sit there and practice it, which is not fun. It's not fun. But it definitely does have its advantages over acrylic. But I do tell people all the time, go ahead, switch. If you don't want to spend the extra money, the extra $50 or $75 that it is to get hard gel, but you don't have any problems with acrylic, then stay with acrylic. There's no reason for you to switch to hard gel. But if you have acrylic allergies, or you always experience lifting with acrylic, or you have a job where you're constantly touching chemicals like alcohol, bleach, peroxide, or your hands are constantly in water, maybe you're a nurse, or maybe you're a hair technician, a hairstylist. If your nails are exposed to a bunch of chemicals, then you probably would want to make the switch from acrylic to hard gel. Hard gel also is, I'm not saying it's indestructible, but darn near. And it lasts a very, very, very long time. And if you don't have, everybody's body chemistry is different, but for the most part, if you don't suffer from like a lot of lifting problems, then you're more than likely not going to have any lifting with hard gel, like, ever. So hard gel does have its advantages for the tech and the client. Okay, go ahead, switch. This is just the base coat, you guys. Switch. Switch. Okay, so remember that this first coat we did, but we didn't go in and do the second one. So you guys at this point kind of do it whatever order you want. You can go back and do the second layer, or you can start the first layer on the other ones. It's definitely up to you. But remember, after that base coat is down, have fun. Go in and start building up the set. And I don't recommend like doing more than like 3 or 4 coats of hard gel, because hard gel does have the tendency to look a lot thinner than it really is. And then after you cure it, it's really thick and you got to do a lot of filing. It's something that I do a lot. But if you get your application down, which I have not perfected, but once you get your application down, you probably get it done in one bead, and still have a nice apex and structure to work with. But I can't do that. I gotta go back in with another bead and make sure that apex and structure is there like 100%. So that's the first layer. Okay, go ahead, switch. What's wrong? You good? Oh, okay. All right, let me know if you need anything. All right, y'all. So now we're going in and we're just creating that first layer while the other hand flash cures. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, I think it's wrong. I think if somebody's marketing their stuff as a builder gel or a hard gel, go ahead and switch. A builder gel or a hard gel, it should carry the property of it does not soak off, unless stated otherwise. Like most gels, like gel polishes, most of them state they're soak off gel polishes or soak off gels. But as a nail technician, when I'm marketing hard gel to a client, or somebody who just kind of doesn't want to do acrylic anymore for whatever reason, I do let them know that one of the advantages of hard gel is that it doesn't soak off. And the word hard and builder and sculpt, so like hard gel, builder gel, sculptor gel, all of those words are interchangeable. It's literally the same exact thing. You're building or you're sculpting with a gel. It's a hard gel. It's not a soft gel that can be soaked off. It's a hard gel that's non-porous and cannot be soaked off or penetrated by chemicals or harsh substances. Go ahead, switch. Now, I do understand the benefits of having like a hard gel substance, like maybe a poly gel that does soak off, because there are clients who want to soak it off and get it. Like some clients have it for the aesthetic. When I put hard gel on a client, it's not necessarily for the aesthetic. It's literally for the ease of doing hard gel over acrylic, or the ease of the client having hard gel over acrylic. The perfect person for hard gel would be like a flight attendant. Reason being is because she may not be home for like 4 or 5 weeks, and with hard gel that is absolutely okay. So with acrylic, I do tell my clients, please come every 2 to 3 weeks. Now, you don't necessarily have to, and I do have clients who don't come every 2 to 3 weeks. They take longer stretches of time in between sets. But with acrylic, I don't recommend that. I recommend that you get constant maintenance on acrylic, because you can get you know, things like a fungus or a greening. Like that happens very often with acrylic when it's not maintenance properly or maintenance as often as it's supposed to. But when it comes to hard gel, it definitely does not need nearly as much maintenance as acrylic does, and it's a lot softer of a substance, so you're less likely to like break your nail underneath hard gel. I've never seen it happen. I've never seen anybody break their nail underneath hard gel, unless it was like maybe a hybrid set that had acrylic in it, or unless that client, I always say gardener, but when I say gardener, I just mean like somebody who's really, really rough on their hands for no reason. Like we all got that one client, y'all, that's just like, it don't matter what you do, she gonna come back with 2 nails. It's just that she gonna beat her kids. She gonna be slamming car doors on her own hands, beating up a boyfriend, all types of stuff. We all got that one client, so we know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna apologize to y'all in advance if I make this look like, oh, okay, that doesn't look that hard. Okay, definitely take some technique and some practice, and I promise you guys, if you go on YouTube and look up some other hard gel videos, they will not be laying hard gel like this. They probably have their own different technique, and it's okay to invent your own technique as long as it's safe for you and the client. Then it's absolutely okay to execute, and as long as the end result looks good, then girl, do you. So we all have different techniques, and my technique is literally not something that was taught to me. It's something that over the years I've just kind of watched other people do and kind of used other people's stuff and kind of mixed it with my own and what works with me and what works with my speed as well, because we all don't work at the same speed. So if I work a lot slower than the average tech, or I work a lot faster than the average tech, then my technique has to kind of accommodate that speed. So be patient with yourself and be patient with your journey. And also know that it's hard gel. Like, hard gel does what it wants to do. So because it's a gel, it's more of a liquid than it is of a solid. Like acrylic is more of, even though it's liquid and powder, I look at that more as like a solid, like a clay. And then I look at hard gel like water. Like it's a lot different, the sculpting process. So when you're learning how to do hard gel, trust me when I tell you, like I'm going to tell you now so you expect it and you don't get all down on yourself. You're going to flood those cuticles and sidewalls so much when you first start trying to do this. It's going to be so hard to keep product away from the sidewalls and the cuticle. Like, y'all, I don't even know how I ended up learning how to do it the way that I do it, but I know it took years. It shouldn't have taken years. But I wasn't consistent with my practice. So just stay consistent in your practice and don't give up on yourself. If you want to be the top nail tech in your area, the top nail tech on Instagram, TikTok, whatever your goal is to be, just know that you cannot get to that goal unless you start practicing every single day. Like, you gotta do something that sets you apart from all the other nail techs. And I mean, 90% of people who are like, oh, I'm about to start doing nails, don't make it into a career. They do it for a couple months, maybe even a year or so, and they're over it, because it literally takes so much practice. Like, you can get rusty if you decide you don't want to do it for a couple years or a couple months. You got to get your speed back. You got to deal with picky people. Well, I mean, that's any service industry, but still, it's a lot more than just the glitz and the glamour. It looks like such a fun job. Like, oh, she paints nails all day. No, I deal with people who are serious about their nails all day, and that makes me break a sweat. This is not one of those. And then when I leave, I be looking like I got all types of controlled substances, all just dust and powder all over me. I be looking crazy. Glitters all in my eyelashes. it's a lot. It's a lot. It's not a glamorous job, but it is an enlightening one. And if you could stick through the bad times, if you could stick through it and you could love it at its worst, then I promise you it'll be good to you. Be a real good career to you. So no matter what it is, whether it's hard gel or acrylic application or even polish application, practice. I promise you, I did not turn on the camera one day and just get good. I practiced a lot. And then not only that, I feel like my work didn't become as like the best that it could have been until I started making friends with other nail technicians. And by then, y'all, I was already like 5-6 years into the game. So make friends with other nail technicians and network with other nail techs. I know a lot of us as artists, because I know I'm an artist. Go ahead and switch. I'm an introvert, so it took me a very long time to get out of my shell and learn how to be a good nail technician where people can talk to me, I can talk to people, I can teach people, people can teach me. I can have nice mom conversation, nice girl conversation, nice entrepreneur conversation. I've learned so much from the women that I've sat across from all these years. So it's definitely made me a different person. Definitely, I would say being a nail tech is like, it was like my butterfly phase, like, well, my cocoon phase, actually. Like, I learned so much. Then when I became a nail supply owner and a teacher, I was like my butterfly phase. That's when all of the work that I put in all those years, all those days where like people made me cry, or like my bosses would be mean to me, or people would tell me that I wasn't as good as it because I was black. I had a lot of rough moments, and I had so many times where I was just like, look, I'm just going to do my own nails and call it a day. Like, this is not a career thing for me. I went to college twice, y'all. Like, but this is that no good boyfriend that you always keep going back to, even though you know what's on the other side of that door once you get all comfortable. But I'm committed to this. It's made me happy. It's fed my family, and my loyalty to it has definitely come back full circle. So I am definitely a living testament to, if you just stay at it, just stay the course and keep going, it will definitely be all that you, more than what you dreamed it to be. Go ahead, switch. Because if you would have told me some years ago that I'd be having thousands of people watching me on Facebook and social media and stuff, like, I would have been like, well, how? How did I do that? Like, how did I get there? You just got to start, honestly. Just do it and be confident, because, like, y'all know how mean people are to me on my videos? Like, oh my goodness, y'all. There's one video right now that's trending of mine, and them folks is going in on me. I don't even know any of these people. I've never seen them in my life. But so you guys know my client on Sundays. If you guys see my client on Sundays, I always file most of her color down, and then I go on top with another color. Even if the color underneath it isn't gone, I just cover it up with a new color or camouflage it or whatever, because that's what we got time for. That's what we gonna do, right? So this time she had black and red on her nails. So when I filed it down, I didn't file down all of the black and red because I didn't have time for all that. So there was a little bit of black and a little bit of red still left on the go ahead, switch, on her nails. And so I went over it with pink, right? Because it's just colored acrylic from the last set, right? Y'all, these people was screenshotting it because obviously it does look crazy. It's red and black, and then I covered it up with some color. It looks all types of bad. I know what it looks like, but I also did the nails, so I know what it is. So there's a 15-second clip of me putting some pink over some black and red, and people think it's blood and mold. And y'all, I'm not about to argue with these people. I don't know these people, and they certainly don't pay my bills. But they are talking so reckless to me. And it's like, I'm not turning the comments off. I'm not deleting comments. Like, I don't care. Now, if this was 2 years ago, oh my goodness, y'all. My feelings would be so hurt. I probably would have deactivated my whole page. It's literally, y'all, I promise, go look. It's 400 comments going in on me about the work that I did, just because they're not nail technicians. They don't know what the hell is going on. They don't watch my videos. They're not true supporters. This is just a video that happened to go viral and a bunch of people saw, and it looked crazy. I know it looked crazy, but if you go back and you scroll back through other videos, you'll see exactly why it looks the way it looks. If you watch my lives, if you're a fan of mine, y'all have never seen fungus. I've never seen fungus. I don't do, I don't do fungus. So anyway, you have to have like confidence in your skill and your ability to learn and your ability to grow. You can't allow people, especially the public, y'all, especially social media, especially people who aren't nail techs, even people who are nail techs, y'all. Everybody don't know what they talking about. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about, and y'all have to come on here and correct me. So it's just one of those careers where you really gotta love it. Like any career you're in, just love it, because you're gonna have those days where it's gonna be kind of difficult or discouraging or like, I don't know the word, like non-fortuitous. I don't know. You're not making no money. Broke days, like those days are not fun, but they're gonna come. And do you love this enough to still sit in your studio when it's empty and work on your craft, even though you're not going to be making money for the next couple of days? I'll go ahead and switch. So anyway, y'all heard all that. Confidence is key. Working hard is key. Consistency is key. That was like my literally, even to this day, it's my biggest enemy is like me not being consistent. It's not anything else. It's literally just me not doing something every single day. When I used to go live, y'all, when you guys first met me a couple years ago, when I was first turning on my camera, I was going live for you guys every single day. It didn't matter what time it was. It didn't matter if it was 1 o'clock in the morning. I really didn't even care, but I had my little setup in the kitchen and I got on live every single day. I did something every single day. And that's honestly just where my heart was at that time. And that's where I grew the most. Now I'm too busy to go live every day, but even that's a good thing. Go ahead and switch. When I first started going live, there was no C-tones acrylic. Ooh, y'all, look at this pinky. Ooh, just arched. Okay, y'all, so I'm just going back in and doing these second coats. And these second coats are going to just contribute to the apex if it's already there, or build it if it's not. And then just make sure all of that is covered and encapsulated. And the awesome thing about hard gel is, although it's called hard gel, it's actually very soft compared to acrylic. So much harder than regular gel, but much softer than acrylic. So when I'm filing, usually you guys see me go in and start the shaping process with the extra coarse sanding bands and all that. But go ahead, switch. But I want to be using like fine sanding bands and medium sanding bands because they get the job done just as well without all of the filing, because this is so much softer. And people always ask me if I have online classes. Like, I know y'all don't want to hear this, but these are my online classes. Like, and they're free. Take advantage, man. Take advantage. Like, I literally don't, like, I told you guys earlier, I'm not one of those people who can watch videos and learn from the video. All school, y'all, all nail school was me watching videos. You know why? Because my nail instructor was the barber teacher. She didn't know nothing about no nails. She put a movie on for me, and then she was like, okay, and then walked out and went to go teach the barber students, and then she made sure like we was clocking in or taking lunch or whatever. But like, I was watching videos all day, and when I tell you I didn't learn anything from nail school, y'all, go ahead, switch. Nothing. I learned nothing from nail school. I had to figure it all out, and then even still, it took me years to learn more than what I knew in nail school or after nail school, because when you first start doing nails don't pay the bills. It's not no cash cow service when you first start. So I couldn't afford $500, $800, $1,000 classes. So, and YouTube was just not my thing. It's still not my thing. So I'm just not a person who could learn online. So just because of that, I'm kind of projecting and kind of making it seem like other people can't learn online. But it's not that, y'all. It's just that I literally need somebody to hold my hand or to really be right there and show me, especially show me what I'm doing wrong, so that I know why I'm doing it wrong and know how to correct it. So for me, that's why I feel like online classes just aren't as like full and rounded as hands-on one-on-one classes. So one-on-one education is what I charge for. Online education, y'all better tune into these lives and get what you can, because I really do pack a lot of information into these lives. They just be long as heck. They just be really, really long. All right, so all of these are actually done, y'all. So then at this point, all I gotta do is wipe off the tacky layer and then pack up and go home, and I'm all done. This is it. No filing necessary. I'm kidding, y'all. When I first started doing nails, I used to glue the tips on people and then be like, all right, we're done. Okay, but yeah, not no more. It doesn't work like that no more. But anyway, I'm gonna wipe off the tacky layer. I'm gonna let her cure this hand for another minute, just to make sure it's completely cured all the way through. Then we're gonna wipe off the tacky layer and then go ahead and start the shaping process once I'm done with the other hand. Go ahead and switch. So this is just me going back, making sure all the apexes are looking good. Now, if I had to choose a favorite between hard gel and acrylic, I don't have one. I think naturally, I love acrylic more because of the acrylic line and really having to learn how to master acrylic application just so that my acrylic line would flourish. So I didn't really focus on, go ahead and switch. I didn't really focus on hard gel and gels. I knew how to use them, and in all honesty, I truly thought that I would only use IBD. But when I got the opportunity to create my own hard gel and have my own formula, there were little things about IBD, which I mentioned earlier, that I could have done without or I wish were different. So I made my formula do those things that I needed it to do. So I mean, I do enjoy hard gel a lot more than I did before, but I don't know, y'all. It's kind of like a tie. Like, hard gel to me is a lot more therapeutic than acrylic application, honestly. But I do feel like acrylic application is, I don't know, a more accessible technique. Like, everybody's doing acrylic, but everybody's not doing hard gel. So I feel like a lot of you guys like resonate with me more when I'm doing acrylic, because you guys understand what I'm doing. But when I'm doing hard gel, it's kind of like, what the heck? Like, I don't feel like learning this. It's very intimidating. Even the forms, when I'm doing forms and sculpt the nails in general, even that's intimidating to people. I just noticed that my online audience, the bigger audience, not my true supporters, but like just the audience that tunes in sometimes every now and again, that audience enjoys like me slapping some tips on and then going ahead and doing some ombre, something popular. But like the actual nail technicians and people who are learning, who watch my lives, like they're more into like the entire process, everything about nails, the different things that I do, the different arts and products and ways that I do things. But, you know, majority rules. So, no, I'm just kidding. But for the most part, I do the stuff that I don't see a lot of other popular nail techs doing. Not because they're doing it, but because I've just always been able to see like wealth and creativity in avenues that weren't really highly explored. You don't have to do it what everybody else is doing to be successful or be popular even. If you create your own lane, like, nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong or that you should do it differently, because it's your lane, you made it. The only thing that people can do at that point is contribute to it. Alrighty, so this is what we're working with so far. And remember, they are going to be a little bit shorter than they are. I just use acetone. You can use acetone and alcohol, but like I said, because these are non-porous, they can't be soaked off. Acetone is not going to do anything to these nails. It's pretty much like glass. I'm going to start the shaping process. And I'm going to do that using my mandrel bit. The mandrel bit is this one. Oop, and that's what holds the sanding bands. So like I said earlier, I'm going to be using medium and fine sanding bands instead of the normal extra coarse sanding bands that I use. I'm going to start on the thumb and I'm going to work my way out to the pinky. So I'm just going to taper in the sides and the tip. Like I said, it's very soft and easy to file through and on top of. And those hard to reach places, I'm just going to get with the hand file I'm going to be using an 80 grit hand file because y'all know what that's what I always use. But you can definitely use like a 180 grit or even something a little bit softer. Now, one of my like little tips of advice will be that when you're working with hard gel, try to have a specific order. So if you're doing one nail at a time, have an order. You do this nail like this, and you go on to the next one, and you do that, and then you so have some type of consistent order. That way you don't find yourself kind of like mismatching nails or not doing all the layers on all the nails. It's something that I used to do, just going from nail to nail to nail and just getting lost in all 10. So just be careful, you guys. Remember your technique. And this is a medium sanding band. Now, most sanding bands don't have like the actual numbered grit, but if I had to guess, this would be like a 150. And then as you guys can see, I get real dusty while I'm doing nails, right? But you know, instead of saying, oh, she's a nail tech, she's filing, and there's dust all over the place, instead people call me dirty. So seriously, y'all, have confidence. I tell my students, you kind of have to, you got to be as humble as Forrest Gump, but you still got to have the confidence of Beyonce. Like, that's how that balance, learning that balance is going to help you in this career, in this industry, because everybody does it differently. So there's so much room for people to tell you that you're doing it wrong. And you have to be confident in your work and in your technique and in your skill. And again, in your willingness to learn and continue learning, you have to be confident in that. And so, like, if you know, like, okay, you're telling me that I'm doing it wrong, but I know for a fact that I'm doing it in a way that I wouldn't necessarily say is like correct, but in a way that works, and it works for me. And it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that it works for me and it doesn't work for you. I tell you guys this all the time. Like, nail techs are like snowflakes. Like, we're all doing it differently. We're all just using techniques that we're learning from other people and then we're adding on to. So you have to just be confident in your technique. Not only because people are like me, but also because if you plan on doing this and doing this as a career, eventually you should be teaching. And when you are teaching, people are going to want to know your technique. It's your technique. It's special. You may go viral one day and people want to know how you did that. How did you do it? And you say, oh, well, I did it like this. And it may be something that people have never seen before. And it may work for a lot of people. And it may make you famous. So you're going to have to learn to teach it to people. But like I said earlier, make your own lane. Like, don't let people put you in this box. We're artists. We're not just nail techs. We don't just paint nails all day. We're literally artists. And this is how we feed our babies. So this sanding band is just going to blend all those layers in. Denny, thank you for your support, girl. I appreciate you. I do see you on my lives. I see you showing love, and I thank you so much. I appreciate you guys who have been like loyal to me. You guys come in and watch. Like, I know I'm not the easiest person to deal with. No, I'm not the easiest person to watch, but you guys do come in and you guys show me love. And sometimes I be dead ass wrong. You guys still love me and forgive me. So, I truly, truly, truly appreciate the support. Like, little stuff goes a long way. Little comments, shares, stuff like that goes a long way. It's like I said before, sometimes it'll be late at night and it's gonna be just me and 3 other people, and it's gonna be me and 3 other people just rocking and vibing out. It doesn't have to be this large, huge crowd. As long as 1 or 2 people in the crowd love me, then it's gonna be a good show. All right, y'all, you see we getting somewhere. Got that apex together. I feel like I downloaded some good ones. Oh, we haven't listened to these. Well, I can't listen to those because he be cussing. Facebook will turn it on. And thank you guys for tuning in with me on a midweek live. Hey. It's early in the month. I know I don't be going live like in the beginning of the month. I usually be focused on like products and product drops because the beginning is when we drop all of our new stuff. It'll be a little bit on the busier side, not really so much with like nails. But with supplies and yeah, but I got to hit you guys with a midweek live. I do have another live for you guys this week. Okay. Have a little bit more tech chat. Alrighty, so I'm going to be doing the final like shaping and filing, but this is just kind of like the beginning. This helped me get that product down so that I don't have to be filing through all that product. It helped me thin it out. See? Make that nice and smooth. It's real bumpy. Let's see this here. So this is how it started. This is how it's going. Okay, you can take the hand back. So this hand is all cured. I'm gonna just make sure that the apexes are nice and built. If I have to go back in, I will, but I like to just make sure that I don't, if I don't have to. This is acetone, and I'm just going to use this to wipe off that tacky layer, because it is still gel, so it's going to have that sticky layer on top of it that, you know, most people think it's still wet. It's not wet still. It's called the Inhibition Layer. I have a really dirty way to explain it, but I'm gonna try to polish it up a little bit before I hit y'all with my explanation. But when I explain it to my clients, they die laughing. But I'm gonna have to clean it up and make it a little bit more PG-13 for Facebook and YouTube. Oh, let's do a TikTok, y'all. Feel me? Gotta get a little content in. Get any glitter, stones, confetti. How's your heart gel before you before you do a TikTok video? Alrighty, so now I'm gonna go back in with a medium sanding band. I'm gonna use a new one just for shits and giggles. Alright, we got that tacky layer off. I used acetone because it's not gonna hurt. It's not too harsh because it's hard gel that we're working on. Like I said, I'm gonna use my medium sanding band on my mandrel bit. I'm just gonna file that down as much as possible. Well, as much as I need to. And then like all those corners that I can't really get to with the E-file, I'm just gonna get with the hand file. See, and the design that I'm gonna do on these, y'all, the color I'm gonna do on these, you guys are gonna love it. Because I haven't done it like for you guys in years. Okay. See this here? Alrighty, so I'm gonna go in now with the 80 grit hand file, and you can use a much softer grit, but you guys know that this is my favorite hand file, so I just use it for all of the sets. Not the same one, of course. Oh no. Y'all, my phone is all dusty. Should move my screen just a little bit for you guys. Yes, I'm on a table tray, mind your business. Y'all should see my setup. It's so fleek right now. Like, it's so like, girl, it's so squatter, homeless. But it's like efficient. It's really efficient. If anybody else knows how, if nobody else knows how to pack for a nail appointment, it's me. I used to be coming in with bags and suitcases. Now I'll be like 2 bags, 1 bag, 1 box. Oh, y'all thought I was gonna disappoint you? Psych. Not tonight, not on Wednesday. And these files are from Amazon, y'all. Alrighty, let's see this one. Alrighty, y'all. So that's where we are so far, and I'm just gonna do one last quick run over of her natural nail. Of her set. Just gonna blend her nails in, take down any like thickness or bulkiness that I need to. Kind of blend in the cuticle area and the side walls. Since they're a lot more exposed, I can kind of see them. And I don't want to make her tips too sharp because, like I said, new mom nails. And thank you guys, for those of you guys who have shared the live, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. For those of you who haven't, please share the live. I don't care where you share it. You can share it in a group if you don't want to share it on your page. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in with me tonight. I know I didn't tell you guys I was going live. I honestly did not even plan on going live, but the days even changed up today. So glad I got to come and hang out with you guys for a little bit. And this color that I'm going to do is going to be so quick, cute, and easy watch. And you guys going to be like, dang, so bomb. You guys going to hate me. I know it. I'm just kidding. And this is a fine sanding band, y'all. Putting in all this work. This is the beauty of hard gel. It's so soft and easy to kind of shape. Alright, let's see this in. Thank you, Candace. Welcome to the live. I'm sorry I didn't see you check in earlier. But thank you guys so much for checking in. Make sure you let me know what time it is, where you at, where you watching from, what you doing, up this late with me. I know you love me. Either you love me or you love nails, because it's late. dust this hand too. All right, feel them. How they feel? Yeah, okay. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna go in with this comb bit. Now, it's not always needed for hard gel, like, but I'm just gonna go in just to show you guys how I do it. And this is gonna blend and seal that cuticle area. Oh, it doesn't matter. Make it nice and flush to the nail plate. Now this is the comb bit, like ice cream cone. And as you can see, it's rounded at the tip, so although it is a carbide bit, it is a safety bit as well. Alrighty, this here. So I'm gonna just dash some acetone and just get all of that dust out of the cuticle area. See? Hard gel. Now you can use alcohol or hand sanitizer for this step as well. Alrighty, so now it's time for the designing. quick little TikTok in real quick. Bam. I told y'all I'm even like 3 songs go by. Okay. So I'm going to do some chrome today. Get my E5 out the way because I don't need that anymore. So I'm gonna go in with my non-white top coat. If you want, well, I didn't work with this hard gel with the intent to not get any bubbles in it because I knew that I would be covering up the color. But if you do want to avoid like getting any bubbles in your hard gel finish result, then I recommend not doing that little roundabout thing that I did, but instead do the smile line method, and also make sure that you wait 10 seconds after you're done sculpting. Like, just let your gel kind of level out before you put it into the light to cure. So if you just give it 10 seconds to kind of level and kind of fuse those bubbles together and get those air bubbles out of there, if they're there, just wait 10 seconds before you cure. And this is with the hard gel, not with the gel polish. You shouldn't get any bubbles in gel polish, like, ever. Okay, let's switch. Okay, go and switch. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go in with my chrome. This finger is giving me a hard time, y'all, but I'm working through it. I'm working through it. I feel like my thumb would do me justice. That don't work. Okay, don't let my little hard time make you give up on Chrome, y'all. This is probably like a really outdated version of it, but I am getting the desired look. I just got to do a lot of extra scrubbing. But it's getting there. very, I'm trying to think of a word, extraterrestrial.
Outer space look.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna put a second coat of top coat on the thumb because y'all know how thumbs be doing. But before I do that second coat over the thumb, I'm just going to kind of dust that excess product out of the cuticle area just so that it doesn't kind of mess up the chrome effect. To top coat it with that same top coat that we used earlier. Switch. Okay, let's see. Get the chrome from Amazon. It works so much easier, y'all. Like I said, this is probably outdated, but it is cute. I am getting the look that I want out of it. It's just taking forever. Oh goodness, not the Little Mermaid.
Just thinking that.
Every time it comes on, I think of it and I think like, this don't sound like infringement to nobody, but it's African content music. to ensure coverage, I'm just gonna do a second coat. So I'll do the first coat and get all the coverage I can, and then do a second one. I don't have a silicone brush, but I'm sure that would not work. See, there are spots that I keep going over, and then it looks like I'm just kind of erasing progress. So I'm going to instead top coat them and then do another coat on top of them. As long as I have the cuticle area, then I have a nice set at the end.
Motion detected at the front door.
Hey there. Smell like mess in here? No, I got it. One.
Says you got food in the refrigerator.
Look, y'all, look at this chrome. Y'all giving me a hard time, but it's so pretty still.
It's a ribeye hash. A ribeye hash. Ribeye with potatoes.
Alright, y'all, I'm gonna test it and then do a second coat and then show you guys the finished result.
In the refrigerator.
But I must have dropped my brush, y'all. Dropped my brush. Oh no, I didn't. It's in my lap. But anyway, y'all, it's getting late anyways. My chrome got sleepy. it's all good. Just check me out. It's gonna look so dope. Watch. Love you too, Daddy. Good night. I'll see you later. And I'm gonna make sure that this top coat is thin, because I don't want since I have to put another layer, I don't want it to be too thick. And then we'll file down the corners at the end. Why? Because there's a newborn. Told y'all. But what would help you avoid this would be a black polish underneath. See this one. So we've top coat this one, and I'm gonna go over the index finger again.
Pecan chocolate cluster. You got a cashew in there too? A cashew one? You know there's still jerk chicken and rice right there.
I really don't want to take all that time.
Okay. Mm-hmm. How do we from elevator music to techno?
Girl. And it's gonna go back to Teen Pop in a minute.
Teen Pop?
Yes, Teen Pop. I'll be like, oh my God, this is so annoying. Why did I download this? Sometimes I just go by like trending songs that like other creators are using in their videos at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I'll be like, oh no. Yeah, no, my audience don't want to hear this. don't know what to do. All right, y'all, watch closely. And then a second time. Very thin layer, y'all. Okay, gonna stick that hand in a little bit further. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna leave that in for 15 seconds. I'm not gonna cure it all the way. I know we don't do that with my chrome because I like that mirror look, but for this chrome, I'm not about to spend all night with this damn chrome. Okay, let's see this. Did I say 15 minutes, y'all? I meant 15 seconds. I know he hasn't made a peep this whole time. My little cuddle bug.
Oh, she's a pretty good sleeper.
I know, until I come up in here and wake him up. I go straight to him. I'll be like, ah, you got company.
What? Your grandmother called earlier. She's like, I just want to talk to the baby. Okay. There you go.
We got some conversations to have.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. So again, the technique I switched to was cure for 10-15 seconds and then try again. So I'm going to put a top coat on this, and once I'm done with the top coat, I'm just going to file it straight, and then I'm gonna get out y'all face for the rest of the night. And I love you guys, and I'll see you later on this week with another video. I'm going live again. If I don't do a long set for you guys, I know for a fact I'll do my own nails, or at least my soak off, so you guys can see how I safely remove my nails. And make sure you check out ctones.com. Our February box of the month and nail art box of the month is available. So make sure you check it out. We are not going to do Valentine's Day things because, listen, if you barely shopping for Valentine's Day nail products, you late, baby. You late. You late. You're late. So we are going to put something else very February. I don't know. What else is going on in February? President's Day? No, we ain't doing that. Other than Black Lives Matter, Black History Month. But y'all, we're doing something crazy for Juneteenth. Because, like, why not? But don't forget our Black-owned businesses. You are more than welcome to inbox me an ad. And we can work out putting you on the page all month long for free. Okay, go ahead and put that hand in. Alrighty, so now that our comb is finally done and all together or whatever, That's so crazy. I've never had to use it that way before, but it happens. Y'all know me. I wouldn't be me if I didn't make an ass out of myself on live. So I'm gonna take my file and I'm just gonna go in on those sidewalls. And also re-sharpen the edges without sharpening them too much. Right. Okay, let's see this thing. Oh, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, y'all, but I'm not doing no more Black Lives Matter collection. Too many black folks was not happy with me over that collection, and it was an awareness collection. And I love y'all so much, and of course I love me, and I love my little black kids and my little black family. But yeah, we're just I'm not doing Black Lives. No, I work too hard, y'all, on like, you know, these colors, and I work too hard to raise like awareness for things. And then it's like when people are not satisfied, when they're the people that you're helping. Like, I didn't have any Hispanic people or Caucasian people have any issues. They donated, they bought the collection. It wasn't a problem. But it was just my sisters who had a big issue with the collection. So you know what? I love y'all and y'all win. Like, y'all win over anybody else. So if you guys had a problem with it and it was for you guys, then I absolutely am not doing it again. But what I will say is we always have, like, you know, some Black and Proud stuff up all year long. Not just February, not just Juneteenth. And also, like I said, not to be a Debbie Downer, like, my daughter's father passed on Juneteenth before I even knew what a Juneteenth was. And so that's never been like a happy day around my house. So we usually do other things on that day to kind of like celebrate just life and loving each other and family. So it's kind of always been a little bit of like a special meaning day in our family. So we're gonna celebrate. C-Tones, we love y'all. We gonna do maybe like a goodie bag or something for you guys. But like, I'm not ever again gonna spend weeks, hours spending the night. Y'all, when I make colors, I spend the night at that office and make colors in that office in the middle of the night. I spend the night there. I stink there, y'all. Like, I'm not going to continue doing that and it not be, 100% appreciated and loved by the people it's for. When you guys don't like my products or certain products, I don't put them back up because obviously I want to make things that mean something not to just me, but also to you. So if y'all put the thumbs down on something, then it's thumbs down, because like I've always said, C-Tones was started for you guys. It was never in my cart. Well, not gonna say never in my cards. It was never in my plan to be a nail supply owner. I just wanted to do nails and do videos. However, I started doing videos and you guys asked for a nail supply and I did that. I asked you guys to support me. You guys did. Let's switch. And you guys still do. And for those of you guys who are not happy about the Black Lives Matter collection, I already told y'all a couple years ago I wasn't doing it again. So I love you guys. And we shall celebrate. It's Black History Month, but I never really go all crazy for Black History Month either. Why? Because we're Black 365. We gotta do amazing things on the rest of the days of the year. So I'm not being down on anybody, but I'm not doing another Black Lives Matter collection for y'all. And I've told you guys that on multiple occasions, just so y'all don't feel like, it's just a random thought that pops up in my mind. I'd be like, I ain't doing it. No, I'm not doing it again because I did try it and it did not work for me and my business. And I've also told you guys I've said it since the beginning. I want C-Tones to be known as just an amazing nail supply company, not amazing Black-owned nail supplying company. We're going to be good and we're going to be great regardless of what color we are, because I promise you that it's not just Black women buying my products. It's not just Black women working for us. We have a culture and a community of nail technicians, and it has nothing to do with skin color. It's more of like one of those things where we fought very hard to rise up against people looking at us crazy because they don't think that our skin color or darker skin colors belong in this industry or in this specific field or career. And so those are barriers that we work to break down. So it's kind of like a Martin Luther King / Malcolm X thing. Like, are we what? We kind of have to find a healthy balance in the middle, because one or the other is not necessarily the most, healthiest. So I just try to make it known that, yeah, we're Black, we're Black, we're proud. The family is multiracial and the community is multiracial, and it's not just for us. When I make my products, I make them for nail techs, not Black women. But I love y'all. I love y'all still. And I'm still going to represent. I'm going to do something for Juneteenth. But it won't be no collections. It will have nothing to do with my business. My color and my business are two separate things now. All right, y'all. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I know it's late. I'm going to do some more TikTok footage for you guys. But I hope that you guys had a wonderful night, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Oh, happy Lunar New Year, because I didn't get to you guys about that. Happy Lunar New Year. Keep watching my videos. Keep sharing. And for all my trolls, keep talking shit, because y'all making my views go up and I get paid for those. So anyway, I love you guys. God bless. Have a wonderful night.